Hey guys, so it's day 18, and what I want to talk about today is team building. So you may have heard the phrase "no man is an island," meaning that no man can do everything by himself. There's been a lot of people that say they're self-made men or women, but realistically, there was probably a team of people or network behind them, helping them to succeed, whether they want to admit it or not. So today, I want to talk about teams and team building. And to be honest, I'm not a very big sports person, but there's teams of the past that I remember that stuck out. And I'm not sure on the dates, so if any of you guys know these teams I'm talking about, you guys can chime in. But I believe it was like the '95 Chicago Bulls. You had Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, um, Sally. I can't remember all the names, but it was a great Chicago Bulls. Then in '04, you had for the Lakers, you had Bryant, Shaq, George, Fox. Um, there's just a whole bunch of people on that team. And then you had I think it was like the '94 49ers. You had Young, Rice, Sanders, Waters, Norton. You had some greats on that. And then, of course, I believe it was like the '88, '87 Dodgers when you had Sosha, Sachs, Gibson, Hershiser. You had all those great names. And I realized that great players can win games, but it takes teams to win championships. And so in this business, I'm not doing this by myself. And often when I talk to people and tell them that I have a team set up there, they're just astonished by how many people that I have, not just networking, but I mean professionals behind me. So I have a favorite proverb that says, without counsel, you'll fail, but with much counsel, there's safety. And so if you look at the greatest teams or the greatest coaches, even Pat Riley, can't think of the one that did the Lakers, but some of the greater coaches, they had good plans and strategies, but unless you had the people in the right place doing the right things, what they knew that they knew what to do, those plans aren't gonna come through. So you don't put Mike Piazza in the outfield, you don't put Mike Trout as a guard. You put people where they're best fit to be. So with that, you know, in the states that I'm looking to do, we have attorneys set up that know the foreclosure laws. They know what it's going to take to set up all the paperwork's needed, the addendums that need to be put in. They know the time frames. They know the cost, because these are where they're dealing on a day-to-day basis. We also have servicers that once we get these notes, we service them with them, so that when we're getting them seasoned, there's not any skipping or anything that shows that there may be payments that were missed. We have people that are looking at our collateral files when we get these notes in. They're looking at the payment history. They're looking at making sure everything is there that needs to be there, that we can close on these notes and have proper paperwork. We have our Pro Title USA, which runs our E&O title search for us to make sure that there's no other liens, that the people are who they are, anything that we might encumber, is taken care of during our due diligence. We also have our mitigation and our outreach, and they may or may not be from the same companies, but the mitigation is when we say, okay, we're going to try to do A, B, and C first to work with these borrowers, and they're going to be the middleman going in between us, setting up these stains, whether it's to reinstate them, maybe we're going to do a short sale, maybe we're going to do a modification. They're the ones there. We also have the borrower outreach, which these ones are the ones that are boots on the ground, and they do the door knocking, and they present us as the new lien holders and tell them, hey, these guys want to work with you. We're just reaching out to you. We want to put a person to the company, and really just go above and beyond what the banks traditionally do, sending out letters and more angry letters, basically just trying to threaten these borrowers and scaring them into paying them back. And then on top of that, we also have our realtors. We have realtors in different areas that are going out, taking pictures of these assets for us. They're running CMAs for us. They're letting us know what the market looks like in those neighborhoods, if it's a high crime area, if it's a high rental opposed to high buyers, and if it is buyers area, how many days on market are these houses staying on? Are they going for above what the asking prices or the listing price, or are they coming under? So it's really important for us to have boots on the ground and have good relationships with realtors in these different areas, so that they can go ahead and be that initial contact for us. And then even if some of these turn into fix and flips or rentals, they can also put us into touch with property management companies. They can also put us into touch with construction companies or rehab companies that may go in there and give us a price bid, where we can factor that into our exit strategies as well. So again, today I want to talk about building your team. Whatever it is, I've heard it said 1,000 times, if you're the smartest one in the room, then you need to get to another room. You know, you want to be surrounded by people that are excelling as professionals in their field. You know, you want to build up a team around you that we're not looking to take one game, maybe it's one game at a time, but we're looking to win the championship in these things. So we're looking at one note at a time, but we want to win them all. And by the help of these professionals that we have lined up in our network and as our team, they're not necessarily my employees, nor am I their employee, but we're working together for the same goal, which is closing these notes, helping these borrowers, and moving on to the next asset. So build your team, look who you have around you. I don't know the percentage, but they say, you know, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. You know, people hang around with like-minded people, successful people. So if you need to change your surroundings, then by all means, you know, look for another team. So that's it for tonight, day 18. See you guys tomorrow.